All rise for Commander Court. Today on the docket we have a People versus Edgar Markov. 3 generic, you may be seated. 3 generic, 1 red, 1 white, and 1 black. Legendary creature, vampire knight with eminence. Whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar Markov is in the command zone or on the battlefield, create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. He has first strike and haste. Whenever Edgar Markov attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each vampire you control. He's been charged with 1 count of excessive power, count of vampire tribal crime, count of command zone abuse, despicable, count of table intimidation and conspiracy to kill vibes, and a misdemeanor charge of being a piece of shit. Prosecution, Zachary, how do you find the defendant? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Hold on, let me look through the file again. Guilty.
Mm-hmm. And the defense, how do you find your client?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
To any of the charges.
He would say
even
that.
those that haven't even been said yet. None of them.
We
Well,
just
free
read
my
out
man.
the damn charges.
Order! You're getting
Yeah.
out of hand now. We will proceed in an orderly fashion. With the first charge of excessive power, the defendant is accused of being disproportionately powerful compared to other commanders. The prosecution has the floor.
Now, Your Honor, I would like. Why did I get the southern accent? Your Honor, I would like to start by referencing a little bit of evidence for the class.
There's a
that was
courtroom,
found
son.
Well, in the courtroom. Class, courtroom. It's so easy for me. It feels like a class. I'm taking a test, son, and I'm acing it. In the finding the court of excessive power, I'd like to show you this evidence.
This channel.
Now, isn't it true that Edgar Markov is, as you will see in the evidence, the number 3 commander on this list? Saying that not only is he powerful, he's also overplayed.
He's one of the oldest commanders, you know? He's one of the OGs. Of course he's going to be in a lot more decks. I mean, you've already got, like, the Dragon, Y'shtola there. Y'shtola, everybody likes cat bitches. So, of course, she's going to be the number 1.
This isn't about Y'shtola or the Dragon. This is about Edgar Markov.
Well,
Sustained.
he's been around for about, 13 years now, give or take. A lot of time for people to craft some bullshit.
Now, Your Honor, one of my key points is going to be used for later, but the Commander's Zone abuse alone makes this card almost way better than 90% of the commanders out there. There's only about 2 I can think of off the top of my head that have the same effect, and not nearly as strong as his.
The defense.
I have a couple examples here. For starters, like you have up here, the Dragon. The value of that alone, just of the cost of massive game-ending threats being lessened. Dragons, right? We have Arbo, War of the World. Let me throw some of these pictures up here for you so everybody else can see. Just a giant power boost for free in combat stats. Just for free. Just for existing. We have...
You get one more,
Inala.
son. You got one more, son. Make it a good one.
We got the value of Inala. An immediate infinite spell-based combos. You put this down, you just win the game. With Edgar, that doesn't happen. You get a little 1/1 guy for casting a vampire. I don't see the true value in that.
Does the prosecution have any rebuttal to this excessive power defense?
This excessive power, I was going to save this evidence for a little later, and we could reuse said evidence. As you can see, Edgar Markov is nowhere near this board. This, in the bottom right, is the command zone. And he has 4 alone of these 1/1 small vampires that he claims do nothing. Would you say that's a do-nothing board?
Yes, I would. And the reason for that is the fragility of the go wide. This can be knocked out by any board wipe spell.
We're not saying it couldn't be knocked out. We're just saying how strong it could be if I was playing against said.
Hold on
All right,
now.
for example.
Hold on
Okay.
now, son. What is that signature there?
Damn hands up. Mm,
Does that say Johnny Sims on it?
Oh, God.
I sure hope not. Dude.
Okay. Proceed, prosecution.
I'll be passing this to the defense. That'll be my last piece of evidence for this claim.
There's a good
All right,
piece of
just
evidence.
for example here, right? we have Gazaf. Big old dino, right? For one card, one commander card against this board,
Nope.
that one commander card wins by blocking.
Your Honor, may we please reference that we are not talking about Gizoth in this court today. We were talking about an Edgar Markov.
Defense, please connect it better, or this will not be taken into evidence in the court.
Okay, Gazaf attacks. I've got this board state that the prosecution has so graciously showed us today.
Mm-hmm.
All he has to do is attack me.
Mm-hmm.
If I block with everything, Gazaf still lives with this board state right here, and I have nothing. And attack triggers will resolve.
This is a case as old as time.
The court does not accept this evidence. Choosing to attack the board state against an opponent that is stronger than you and has a better board state is a personal preference and a shitty choice on your part. We will move on if there are no further statements.
No further statements from the prosecutor.
Defense?
None from the defense either.
Count 2, vampire tribal crimes. The defendant is accused of turning an otherwise reasonable tribal strategy into an oppressive swarm of vampires.
If we were to look at that last board state as I showed in evidence B, you will notice that there are 1/1 tokens, correct? And in the state of a vampire tribal crimes, a 1 card called Blood Artist goes very effective into these small, useless 1/1, as the defendant claims, vampires. And if it states right here, the Blood Artist, a 1 and a black, might I mind you. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Now, in 1/1s, little guys that aren't good, that's a good strategy. You got 40 of those out, I'm dead. And I didn't even do anything.
Defense, you have the floor, if you so wish it.
I have nothing to say right now.
Not only in the vampire tribal argument are we having just small creatures, we also have planeswalkers that are also planeswalkers, vampires. It says it right there in the name.
A vampire creature card from your hand into the battlefield. For a -3. And he comes in with 4. Defense, what say you?
Okay. So you may be able to put down a vampire card, correct? However, that will have no effect on Edgar's eminence.
Now that is not the question, and that is not the question, son.
What is the question?
Oh, there's no question. Do you disagree with the prosecution that it's kind of fucking cracked for Edgar Markov's vampires versus any other tribal?
I will give it, right? In an Edgar Markov deck, having planeswalkers is very effective because you do have multiple bodies to throw in front of it. However, those bodies are easy to get through. And also, with the power creep in Magic, there's a lot easier ways to get rid of certain targets, such as a Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, without even having to attack. And on turn 1, you would be able to get that down, but he would die immediately, if not countered already, knowing the strength of said planeswalker.
Persecution, you have 10 seconds to rebuttal.
Now, Your Honor, I would like to go back to the reference where we made the Gizoth slamming into 1/1 vampires. If he has a Blood Artist into his tribal deck, say...
Time is up, persecution. Choose your words wisely next time, but I got where you were going.
I rest my case. That is all the evidence I brought.
This court will move on to count 3. This is a serious offense that has affected me personally. I should not be on this case. I am biased. But there is nobody else with a wig that looks like this. Count 3, command zone abuse. The defendant is accused of generating an unreasonable amount of value simply by existing in the command zone. Persecution, what say you?
Now, Your Honor, he keeps bringing up how Edgar does this, and the evidence isn't that good because they're all, and I quote, small creatures. Now, I've seen a lot of 1/1s and like 2-cast vampires, and where those are small creatures, it's just happening that his command zone effect, this eminence, is happening non-stop. If it was such a weak and useless ability, why would he be playing small creatures and having a board state full of them? I don't care about a board wipe. Anybody can ruin a day with a board wipe.
Defense? Rebuttal?
I have a question myself.
Oh, that's never good when the defense got a question.
What is the bracket of play here? Is this casual? Is this mid-tier? Or is this
Here we go.
TBH?
So the law of Commander covers all brackets. It does not discriminate. The lowest bracket 1 and the highest bracket 5. Now we recognize there is a difference, but we also recognize that your pods and the pods I've seen Edgar in do not have the pre-game discussion about brackets because Wizards made a stupid system that nobody actually knows where the things belong. So either you defend your client wholeheartedly regardless of the situation.
Now, Your Honor, if I may, before the defense goes again.
Okay, you may because he didn't answer.
What does a bracket system have to do with the command zone ability in the first place? If we're talking about eminence, what does it matter if I'm playing a bracket 1 into a bracket 5 CEDH board? It's the same ability. It's the same command zone.
The bench asks, what bracket, Edgar, do you run?
3.
The bench is not allowed to object, but if it could.
It is a bracket 3 with 1 game changer.
Now, Your Honor, I think we can all agree in this court right now that Wizards doesn't know what a bracket system does.
I could agree.
I'm glad we could all come in and agree on one thing.
Bring back the power level.
A common enemy can unite the fiercest foes.
Now, Your Honor, on the eminence case itself, I do not have much more. I feel like we brought it up in every charge.
I burned a hole in my pants earlier. I just realized it now.
Good.
Now, the persecution doesn't rest.
It does rest.
Okay, defense, you have a chance because we kind of cut you off and gangbanged your argument because it was bullshit. You have another chance. I'll let you get all the words out.
With Eminence, it has its perks, correct. But as we went over earlier, such as the Dragon, such as Arabo, such as Anala, they're much more powerful Eminence abilities. Edgar is outpaced by a plethora of strategies. His 1/1 that he gets off of cast, and also, he's Mardu. Red, white, and black colors. Card draw is not there. The card advantage is not there. So being able to boost into that outside of a CEDH table with such said very expensive cards, to which the defense does not own in the first place, does not work. It is too slow.
Now, Your Honor.
Oh, you got 15 seconds now, persecution.
Now, Your Honor, if I may be real quick, am I supposed to feel bad for the defense because he said he doesn't have the money for being cards because he's broke?
This court recognizes proxies as viable as long as they make up less than 40% of your deck.
Oh, fuck. That was all I have, Your Honor. I have to go look at some decks.
Moving on to count 4. I had to remember what IV meant in Roman numerals. Count 4. Table intimidation / conspiracy to kill vibes. The defendant is accused of causing all pods that it is present in to collectively decide to kill the Edgar pilot first. Persecution, what say you?
Your Honor, I would like to bring in my last piece of evidence and or the witness.
Court recognizes a Mr. SC as the witness for the Mr. SC. What is your background in relation to magic, and how has Edgar Markov touched you?
2 years playing Magic, and very, very inappropriately.
Now, persecution, please continue.
Now, Mr. SC, is it true that this deck was built out of what our defendant here calls love and finding an old card that left out to dry like a lost dog that felt
Objection.
bad?
State your reasoning.
Hearsay.
Hearsay. Please explain that. I understand because I am a judge of the law, but for people that may not know what the definition of hearsay means,
This man heard himself say it, and so he said it again. I did not say those words at all.
I will allow this objection. Please, persecution, change your line of questioning.
SC, has this deck ever made someone commit crimes and or want to commit said crimes?
It has committed hate crimes, indeed.
Well, I'm not sure if that's what a hate crime exactly is, but we'll take it in this form of the court.
Objection.
Proceed.
Slander.
Defense. Well, I hated it, so I'm gonna deny your objection. Continue, prosecution.
Now, if you could explain how, in a pod of 4, Mr. Markov has treated you and why he's been such a threat to the board before. Because in the defendant's own words, he says he only makes, and I quote, 1/1 small vampires that do nothing.
I would like to go back to about 2 weeks ago when I was heavily targeted by said 1/1 vampires, which were in fact not 1/1 vampires.
Tell us exactly how they are not 1/1 vampires.
They went from 1/1 vampires to about 6/6 vampires.
Would you say
real aggressively?
They did it in a reasonable amount of time or expedited?
It was very much expedited.
And now, SC, would you say that this deck, it would matter, or Mr. Markov, his deck would matter, a tier system or like a bracket, or would it be a problem in any bracket you put it in?
I would say it's going to be a problem in any bracket. Maybe not so 5, but he put a little bit more protection in there, unfortunately.
Defense keeps stating that his deck is only a bracket 3, and we shouldn't be worried about it because, and I quote again, it only makes 1/1 little guys.
Objection.
Oh, the court listens.
Prosecution's belligerent.
Belligerent, though.
This
I'll
is
show
the
you belligerent outside the
least
courtroom.
amount of slurred words I've heard from the prosecution on a weekend in quite some time, sir. The court does not recognize this objection. Prosecution, do you have any further questions for the witness?
No, I think that'll be it for the witness.
The defense, would you like to cross-question the witness?
Yes, I would.
The defense has the floor.
Mr. S, do you remember saying, in your own words, that Edgar Markov is mine, the defendant, least powerful deck, and should not be worried about because it does not play like a normal Edgar Markov deck?
I was saying that just to politic for the table.
Did you say it?
I did indeed.
I rushed. That's all I need to say.
Now, any further questions for the witness, prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
Witness, you are hereby dismissed to the galley. Now, the final charge, the count 5, kind of being an annoying in the general sense. Prosecution, what say you on this matter?
Now, Your Honor, we've made a lot of good points tonight. And I think it goes without question that Edgar Markov is an annoying piece of shit.
Okay.
In heads up alone, you don't really win because he just swarms the board before you can get creatures out. But in my final closing statements, as we all know, this is an annoying commander. Whether the eminence is not as good as some might claim because it only makes 1/1 little guys that can kill you by themselves by using certain tactics. Vampire Tribal, kind of gay.
That shit gay.
That is my final word.
Sustained. Defense, you counter argument to the charge and any closing statements. Mitch?
Your Honor, Edgar Markov
named
is
James,
only
and it's
guilty
just
of
one
one
person?
thing, and that is being a fantastic tribal commander. It gives vampire creature type the competitive edge that they don't normally have in the first place. I have 3 things to say on that. He can be blocked, he can be wiped, and he can be outsped.
Objection.
Persecution.
Couldn't you say that any commander could be blocked and wiped and faster than, almost?
The court recognizes the prosecution's argument is valid. Defense, please make it more specific, especially to your commander, or move on past that argument.
With Edgar Markov, he's a 6 mana, 4/4, right? So he can be blocked. For 6 mana, he's not very strong, power and toughness wise. Granted, he will get his 1/1 counters, but he is outplayed by a lot of. There is a plethora of creatures that are 2 to 3 mana less, that are much bigger than him, that could instantly wipe him out if blocked. To ban or label Edgar Markov as overpowered is to declare that aggressive creature strategies are illegal in Commander. We ask you to look past the initial sitting of a turn 4 attack and recognize the deep strategic flaws of the deck and find Edgar Markov not guilty of all charges. I rest my case.
Prosecution, any further comments or statements?
I know that this court will do the right thing. And that is my last statement.
I don't know that. This court will now recess for deliberation for about 14.7 seconds. This court is done recessing for deliberation. And we find the defendant, Edgar James Markov, to the charge of count 1 excessive power. We find the defendant not guilty.
Oh, okay.
He is kind of weak for his mana cost. For the charge of count 2 vampire tribal crimes, this court finds that defendant guilty. Charge of count 3 command zone abuse. He is guilty of command zone abuse. Count 4, table intimidation, conspiracy to kill, guilty as fuck. I never seen a commander more guilty in my 57 years of commander court. I believe he should be hung by his toes and whipped with a wet stick. Count 5, being an annoying piece of shit. I say here, we find him guilty. The final verdict is Edgar Markov. We find Edgar Markov as a salty bitch, and that ends Commander Court.